Racing News is reporting that Formula One and FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem is currently attempting to see about the logistics of removing the cost cap. Now, the cost cap is a set amount based on certain things that goes up or down based on inflation throughout the world and everything like that, that says that this is the amount that you are allowed to spend on your Formula One team. Your top 3 employees, as well as anything related to the engine, are exempt from this cap, as well as your driver salaries are exempt from this cap. So, like, for example, Red Bull or Ferrari paying Lewis and Max like $50-60 million would be like a third of the cap anyway. But because the drivers shouldn't be affected by that, they did that. I think that there's a good and bad thing with the cost cap. The good thing is the cost cap ensures that teams are at least on a level financial playing field, as teams like Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull have more financial backing behind them, and if they're limited to the amount that they can spend, which I think right now is £280 million per year, that allows them to know that they can spend that money and nobody else can spend more without a sporting penalty because they broke a sporting regulation. But it also means that there's less innovation overall in Formula One because people don't. But it also means that there's less innovation in Formula One, and Formula One is supposed to be innovation for road cars as well. If you actually know, the seatbelt is actually something that came from auto racing. A lot of things come from auto racing into the world of the street car. Like the safer barrier is something we've been looking at in terms of potentially using on the road. So I can see it from a sporting perspective. It makes sense to have a cost cap, especially because there was also the problem where a lot of teams were about to go out of business after the COVID-19 season in 2020 because a lot of teams didn't make as much money as they thought. There was a lot less stuff going on. Prize funds were lower and things of that nature, so they were like, let's just make it. But now Formula One is in a spot where they're about to have 2 new teams, Andretti and Cadillac, come onto the grid over the next couple of seasons. And that means to me that they need to scrap the cost cap because those other teams are going to have to be doing capital improvements. Those other teams are going to have to do things like making sure that they can get the cars ready, and it's a new regulation change. So overall, I actually think this might be a good thing. It's just Mohammed bin Sulayem often has really bad ideas, like the rule against swearing. So, yeah, I don't know how people are going to feel about this. But overall, I think it's a good idea. And again, thank you for tuning into the videos. Don't forget that you can also see me on Patreon at Sammy5436, where it's $1 a month. I also am seeable on Instagram at Sammy54361, TikTok at Sammy5436. I'm on Blue Sky at Sammy5436, though I don't use that often. I believe I'm on Tumblr at Sammy5436, but I haven't used that in at least a year. And you can find me at my business email, thetrapezoidtalks5436 at gmail.com. Any information you need to send to those business emails will be looked at. I generally look at my business email on Wednesdays and Sundays, so just do be advised that I do not always have the ability to respond immediately, but if you do send an email to my business email, and as long as it's not offensive, I will respond if it's something I'm interested in with something positive, and if it's something I'm not interested in, I will thank you for your email and go ahead and say that there may be a future opportunity for us to collaborate if that's something you're interested in.